guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to create a new kind of video, something that I haven't really done yet on my channel. I was looking through my makeup collection and I just was really wanting to wear some old favorite makeup products, but I also recently got some new ones that I wanted to wear as well. So I came up with this video where I'm going to create this look using old favorite products and new finds. So I'm gonna do kind of a nice mix of the two because I just sometimes love to go back to what I love, my tried and true products, but then I'm also equally excited to try some of the newer stuff that I've picked up recently. So this is the final look that I came up with. So I will be showing you how to create this look. Before we get into the tutorial, as always, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, just hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every single time I upload. So if you guys want to see how I got this look using some of my old favorite products and some new favorites or new finds, then just keep watching. So I've already filled in my brows off camera. I went in with a new find. This is from IT Cosmetics. It's the Brow Power Universal Taupe Brow Pencil. I got this a couple days ago and I've been using it ever since I've received it, and I really love the color of it. I love how it applies. And then I went ahead and carved out the brows with an old favorite. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Pencil in the shade Base 1. I love it because it's kind of a chubby crayon, and so I draw just slightly beneath, and then I'll take a concealer brush and just sharpen up the edges on both the top and bottom of the brow. So it's been a while since I've used that. I'm really excited that I was able to. So to prime the eyes, I'm going to go in with an old favorite. This is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This has been talked about on YouTube and everywhere for forever. I'm just going to actually first apply it with my fingers. I just find that the warmth of my finger melts the product a little better and it just applies nicer. So I'm just going to spread this across both of my eyelids. It cancels out redness and it also makes eyeshadow stay on so much longer. I really love it. I'm gonna try out a little trick that I saw Patrick Ta do. He's one of my favorite makeup artists, so I really look up to him and I love to try out the tricks that he mentions. So I'm going to be mixing on the back of my hand the Maybelline Fit Me foundations in the shade 120 and 112. I'm just taking a little bit because I'm going to apply this on the eyes first. So I'm just going to mix it on the back of my hand with a concealer brush, and then I'm going to brush this on top of the MAC Pro Paint Pot, and I'm going to kind of get it into this inner corner here, across the nose. Putting the same foundation that you're going to be using all over the face down on the eyes first just kind of helps everything look really seamless once you finish up the eyes and go into the face. So I'm just going to pat that in with my Aesthetica beauty sponge, making sure to really blend it out. So then to set the eyes, I'm going to use an old favorite translucent powder, the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is a classic and I just recently picked up a new one during the VIB sale. If you haven't seen my Sephora VIB haul video and recommendations, I just uploaded it. The sale is going on right now. So if you guys want to see that, I will link it down below, but I just want to put a nice layer of translucent powder over the top to set all the liquid products and to prepare for eyeshadow. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm pulling out an old favorite. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, one of my all-time favorite palettes. It has been way too long since I've used this, so this video gave me an excuse to pull it out again. My favorite transition shade from the palette is Georgia. I feel like every look I do starts out with Georgia and then I just build from there. So I'm going to take this on a brush and just start to sweep it back and forth through the crease. This is such a pretty transition shade. So I'm actually layering up the transition shade a lot. I just love this color so much. It's not an intense shade, but I'm layering it to get the most color payoff that I can. Oh my goodness, I am so excited already. These shades are everything to me. I love this palette. It's so fun to be using it again. So I wanted to create a little bit more of a fall winter type of look with this palette because this palette was launched in like the spring or summer, and so a lot of times, you know, I just haven't picked up this palette because I'm like, well, no, it's not the right season. But honestly though, there's some great colors in here that would work perfectly for fall and winter, so I'm gonna try to use some of them. I'm gonna be taking this shade right here called Puree, and I'm just going to start to apply this kind of on the lid and a little bit in the crease. I will deepen up the crease with another color later, but I just want a little bit of this color because it's one of my favorites. So the main color that I'm wanting to use is this one right here called Caramelized. It's so pretty. So I'm actually just going to take this on my finger and I'm going to press this all over the lid, starting at the root of the lashes and then just kind of lightly patting it up. We'll blend it into the crease in a second, but just kind of get the initial color on there. It's gonna look messy at first, but we will blend it out after we've got the color color on. So then I'm going to take my blending brush and just brush through the crease. The shimmer shade blends up into the transition shade a little bit nicer. Next, I'm going to be taking the shade right here called Charmed, I'm sure. And this I'm going to use to deepen up the outer third as well as the crease. So I'm just going to pull what's left on the brush into the crease, making sure to blend back and forth. And then I'm just going to run that same blending brush through the crease again. I'm not worried about the edges because we'll clean that up. That's the best part about doing eyes first. You can always clean up any fallout or mistakes on the edges and it will look much, much better. I'm just taking a clean brush and kind of brushing over all of the shadows, and this will just help further blend everything together. So I'm kind of into this really pretty purple shade here. I think I might try to use it as an eyeliner. It's called Peach Pit. So I'm going to find a angled brush and I'm actually going to be using it damp. And let's see how this looks. I'm just going to start to apply this to the top lash line. So it's a really subtle detail. It's not too dark, but I kind of like that metallic purple peeking behind the lashes. So I'm into it. I want a little bit of shimmer on this inner portion, so I'm going to take my finger and go into Luscious, which is this shade right here, and I want to just kind of stamp that on the inner third and then move it in toward the middle of the eye. I don't want too much because I still want to have kind of a dark eye look, but I do just want a little pop of gold there, so I'm just blending that out into the crease again. I think that's pretty. So I'm just going to take a makeup wipe now. I'm going to clean up any fallout that we might have had, as well as sharpen the edges of the eyeshadow. And then I just take my finger and I dab out the edges that I created. I don't want them to be too harsh. I want to keep it soft and smoky. So for skin, I guess I should have done this earlier, but I'm going to go in with an old favorite, the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. It's just a great way to like freshen up your skin before you apply makeup. You can use it when you're not wearing makeup or to keep refreshing your makeup throughout the day. I just really love it. So I'm just going to give this a spray all over my face. And then I'm wanting to use a luminous primer. I have a couple that I really haven't played with that much, so I'm not sure which one I want to try. I either want to try the Tarte Brighter Days or the Laura Mercier one. So the Brighter Days moisturizer has more of like a lilac undertone, and then the Laura Mercier is much more golden. I'm kind of feeling like doing a little bit more of a warmer tone skin, so I'm going to go into the Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is the Radiance primer, so it does have a lot of like pearlescence to it, and if I remember right, a little bit goes a long way. It's really been a while since I've used this, so it's kind of like an old product. I've had it for a while, but it's a new find in the sense that I haven't used it very much. So I'm just going to apply this all over the skin. That gave a very nice glow. Can you guys see the difference? Really, really pretty. So for foundation, I'm going to use an old favorite, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I love this. It's been a while since I've pulled it out though. So again, I'm mixing shades 120 and 112 to get my perfect shade. I'm just going to go ahead and mix them and then dot it all over my face. But I'm going to be blending this out with a new find. This is from IT Cosmetics. It's the Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection brush. I was just recently sent this and I talked about it in the last makeup tutorial that I did on my channel, but I've been really liking it recently. So I'm just going to buff the foundation onto the skin with this first. I'm just going to kind of use this to spread the product out, and then I'll use a sponge to press it in. And then I'm going to take my Aesthetica Beauty Sponge, which is an old favorite. I've been loving it for a while now. I'm just taking what's left on my hand so that the sponge has some foundation on it. That way it won't suck up any excess product, and I'm just going to press the foundation into the skin to make it look really natural. So for concealer, I'm going to be using a new find. It's not a new product, but it's new to me. I recently picked this up because it was 50% off at Ulta. It's the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay. Mine is in the shade Fair Neutral. I've used this a couple times and I really, really like it so far. I don't know why I'm so into like concealers and foundations. I feel like, well, and lip colors. I feel like I always want to try like a new concealer, a new foundation, and a new lipstick. So I'm just going to use this under the eyes and to brighten up the center of the face as well. So I'm just going to apply it in a triangle shape under the eye. And this looks super, super light when I first apply it, but it actually blends out really, not sheer, but it's not like a Tarte Shape Tape consistency. So it actually ends up looking really good for my skin. Down the center of my nose and then a little on my forehead. Fabulous. And I'm just going to take my Aesthetica little mini sponge, which is an old favorite, and blend this out. I like these little sponges because you can get really close to your eyeshadow application without ruining all of your work. It's just way more precise. I love these. To set the under eyes, I'm going in with that same translucent powder from Laura Mercier, just on a little brush. I'm going to press the under eye area, and then I'm also going to press this down the center of the face where we applied concealer. And then I'm gonna actually go into a new find. I mentioned this in my last video as well. It is the Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder in the shade Pink Haze. I like to keep something a little bit more matte down the T-zone for me because this one is very luminous, which I actually really like, but I like to keep the luminosity on the outside, not down the T-zone. So I'm just going to buff this onto the perimeter of the face. And it does have a pretty pink hue to it, which shows up a little bit, but it's not anything like to be scared about, especially if you have deeper skin than I do, because I'm pretty fair, and so these colored powders tend to show up a little bit more on me. But I've been trying it out and I really do actually like the finish of it. You can almost kind of see the pink, but if you just use a light layer or even mix it in with another translucent powder, I think it gives just a nice healthy color and glow. So moving back into the eyes, I'm going to take Georgia, which is the first shade that we used on the eyes. And I'm just going to run this underneath the lower lash line. And with this shade, I'm not going to be too concerned about bringing it pretty low and then connecting it to the shadows that we have going on right here. This is such a pretty shade. I love it. Then I'm going into Puree again, and I'm just going to run this closer to the lash line, but along the entire lash line, just like the Georgia shade we just used. That's such a pretty color too. Man, I love this palette. And then I'm going to be hopping into Caramelized right here, which is the dark shimmer shade we put all over the lid. And I'm just going to kind of press this into the lash line and then buff it out. Ooh, that's pretty on the lower lash line. And then I'm going into Charmed, I'm Sure, which is that darker matte shade, and I'm just focusing that on the outer third and blending it up into the other shadows. And then I'm going to take that Luscious shade. I just want a tiny bit in like the inner third of the eye on the lower lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit there, kind of blending it towards the middle of the eye. And then I want to add a little bit of that Peach Pit purple shimmer shade that we used on the top lash line for a liner, and just put that right against the lash line to kind of tie everything together and add a little something unexpected, you know? This, you guys, I'm so excited about. I mentioned this in my Sephora haul. It finally came in the mail last night, and this is my first time using it, so this is a new find. I think it may be sold out online, but you can check on Sephora.com and see if it's in a store near you, just because the Sephora sale is going on right now. If not, I did see that Ulta has it online only, so I will also link that down below if you are interested in this. Look how pretty. It has 2 bronzers and 4 highlighters, and look at the front. I mean, so pretty, and the mirror is beautiful. So I'm really excited to try these out. I'm gonna hop into this top one here, this little bronzer. Make sure we've got some on the brush, and I'm going to just start to use this to warm up the cheeks. I'm not going to do any heavy contour or anything like that, just sculpt around the face. And I believe the formula of this Laguna bronzer is the Sun Wash formula. I don't own the original Laguna, so I don't know the difference. Maybe it's just a little bit lighter. So far, that's blending out so nicely. Oh my gosh, that's really, really nice. Going around the jawline, the extra down the neck. I'm going to kind of mix the two now, just to add a little bit more dimension. Just gonna kind of pop it where I think I need a little more bronzer. Then I'm just going to take a smaller brush, and I'm mainly going to go into the top shade, maybe a tad of the bottom. And I'm going to use this to lightly sculpt the sides of the nose, as well as underneath. And then I'm taking what's left on the brush and just kind of sculpting out this area here. When in doubt, blend it out. I never want like lines for my nose contour especially, so I always like to run over it with a little translucent powder afterwards, just so that it softens it and makes it look a little bit more natural. I'm also going to take what's left on the brush and just kind of buff it over the bronzer. I really like that bronzer. It went on so like sheer, but it was buildable and it looks really natural. Hopefully it looks natural on camera, because in real life it looks gorgeous. That's so pretty. We'll have to pull it back out for the highlighter. For blush, I'm going to use an old favorite. This is MAC Melville blush. So pretty, works so beautifully on so many different skin tones. So I'm just going to pop this on the cheeks. It's so pretty, you guys, this blush. One of my all-time faves. So let's go into that palette again for the highlight. I don't know which ones to use. I think I'm going to mix this one and this one. Oh my gosh. These look so gorgeous. Let's see how they apply. Oh my gosh. They like melt into the skin, but they give such a pretty natural glow. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I'm so happy I picked up this palette. Oh my gosh. Whoa! My cheeks look so healthy. Okay, I'm just going to take my finger, run it down the center of the nose, Cupid's bow, a little on the chin, and then always just a little bit above the brows. It's the exact kind of highlight that I like. It's not too like out there, but it gives your skin just the most gorgeous radiance. Oh, I love this palette. Oh my goodness. I'm actually going to use two different setting sprays today. One is a newer find. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and then one is an old favorite, the Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray. I'm going to use this one on the outer parts of the face to keep it really fresh and dewy, and then I'm going to spray this mainly in the center. So I'm going to start out with the Morphe. Get the center of the face, and then with the Milani Make It Dewy, I'm going to get the outside. Okay, for mascara, I'm actually going to go into a new find. This was also sent to me by IT Cosmetics, and I've used it once, and I really liked it, so I wanted to use it again. It is their Tight Line Mascara. Look at this bottle, you guys. It is the tiniest little mascara wand, but it actually works, and I thought to myself this is going to be a time-consuming little mascara, but actually it's not. It works really well. So I'm going to pop this on the top and bottom lashes. The cool part is you can really get it into the root of the lashes, and it will kind of give you a eyeliner effect without even putting eyeliner on. It's especially good for the lower lashes, I've realized, because it's such a small applicator. It makes it so easy to apply on the lower lashes. I'm trying to get a pair of lashes open, and I'm destroying the box. I'm debating whether I'm going to pop lashes on or not, so let's see how these could potentially look. These look like some lashes that I might actually really like. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to try these lashes. I completely destroyed the box, but I'm going to try out the Kiss True Volume lashes in Ritzy, and the shade is Natural Black. Look at the style of it though. Like, it almost looks like a bunch of individual lashes. I like the spacing, so I'm really excited to try these. This is a new find, obviously. And I'm going to try out this lash glue from Kiss as well. I've never tried it, but I like the applicator. That makes it really easy to apply. I'm excited. They kind of have like brown in them. I don't wear false lashes often, but when they kind of just enhance your natural lash look, I'm really into them. So I'm hoping that I'll like these. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love these because they don't take away too much from the look, but they just add fullness. Really, really like these lashes. I'm super excited. Okay, I'm just gonna pop on the other pair. I love how flexible the band is as well, because sometimes that's so difficult for me to apply when it's a strip lash. I really, really like these, you guys. If you're looking for a really good natural pair of falsies, try these. That one's still drying down, but these give like the same effect as the individual lashes that I put on, which takes a lot more time if you don't have practice. So if you're into that individual lash look, but you want something a little bit more simple to apply, or if you're in a rush, that look really great and really natural and just enhance your look, guys, try these out. Again, they're the Ritzy Natural Black Lashes by Kiss. So now I want to add a little inner corner highlight. I'm pulling out that NARS palette again because, oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. And I'm just going to use those same two highlighters that I used on my face. I'm going to mix a little bit more of the first one actually, and just pop this into the inner corner of the eye. So pretty. And then I'm just going to take what's left and put it right underneath the brow. So to set the brows, I'm going to go in with an old favorite. This is the Glossier Boy Brow. I love this stuff. It just makes your brows look way more full, textured, almost like the soap brow trend. I don't know if it's still going around, but it was. It kind of gives you this soap brow look. After that dries down, I might go in and fill in a little bit more of the sparse areas. While we're waiting though, for lip color, I'm gonna go in with an old favorite. I mentioned this in my last video as well, but I haven't used it in ages, so I'm dying to. It's the Tarte Tarteist Lip Paint in the shade Bestie. Long time no see, and I'm so excited to see how it looks with this look because this is an amazing lip color. So let's put it on. I love this color, you guys. Oh my gosh, and the way that it pairs with that palette, my favorite. Okay, so I'm gonna take that IT Cosmetics brow pencil again, and we're just gonna fill in some of the sparser areas I'm just gonna add the tiniest bit more of that highlight to the very high points of the cheek because I'm obsessed with it. So there you have it, you guys. This is the final look that I created with old favorites and new finds. I hope you guys like how it turned out. Let me know again in the comments below if you enjoy this kind of video. I can definitely make more if you guys do, so let me know. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and your support. It means the world to me. I cannot believe we reached 110,000 subscribers already. Are you kidding? A giveaway will be coming soon, I promise. I love you all so much. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button on your way out, and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye!